Victor, welcome to Burton Albion.
Yeah,
First question, how happy are you to have signed a 2-year deal with the Brewers?
Yeah, very happy to get it over the line. It's obviously something that was in the works for a while, so yeah, very happy to get going and to be here.
When did you first hear of the interest?
So I've been speaking to the manager a bit throughout the off season, and obviously he's sort of broken down my game, told me about myself a bit. So yeah, obviously hearing something from someone like Jimmy was obviously really nice to sort of hear, and obviously that he's obviously watching me and he sees my game as well. So yeah, it's been in the works for a while, so it's obviously good to get it over.
Absolutely. I mean, you mentioned the gaffer there. I think you had an offer at Barnsley. There were Championship clubs interested in you as well. So the question is, I guess, why did you choose Burton Albion? Was the gaffer a big part in that?
Yeah, I mean his reputation obviously is what it is. Is Jimmy for Hasselbank. He's scored a lot of goals. He's played at the highest level, and obviously as well as a striker. So for me, it's obviously something to learn from and try and see how much I can obviously gain from him, and obviously the opportunity of the club being the way it is. It's a nice club. It's a very warm and friendly club, and the opportunity to play and try and get minutes is what my career's been needing. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, so what has the gaffer said to you from a more sort of football point of view in terms of how he sees you fitting into the squad, how he sees your minutes, your games, things like that?
Yeah, I mean he really brought down my game when we had a conversation. He sort of told me the things I needed to work on, the things that he thought I was good at. So it was a very, very good conversation, and it was obviously very, very flattering to see that someone of his caliber was watching my game. So
yeah,
again, it's just the opportunity to learn and just to try and be as much a part of the team as I can this season and get as many games as possible.
And that's got to be an incredibly exciting thing. That, as you say, a gaffer like Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank,
Yeah.
with his reputation, has looked at your game sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, very flat, because I remember obviously watching clips of him as well at times to just sort of see what he was doing and what he was like, and of course, big, powerful, strong character that he is something that I try to emulate in my game as well.
Absolutely. You obviously spent the last 2 years with Barnsley playing in the Championship. You had a really good run of games last year. I think there was maybe an injury in there at some point that sort of curtailed that a little bit, but scored some really good goals. And what's the sort of aim for this season? Is it to try and get that consistent sort of run of starts? Is that the big thing for you?
Yeah, definitely. Of course, Barnsley was obviously a very, very good club in terms of the opportunity that they gave to me. But again, it's just about trying to kick on and trying to get more games, trying to establish myself a bit more in the first team environment, and of course try to get as many goals as possible in that spell. And I feel like that's what my career in general has been lacking, that consistent run of games, and with that obviously comes the confidence and then the goals as well. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
You mentioned to us that you know Deji Oshilaja.
Mm-hmm.
Excited to be linking up with him again. He's quite a character, to put it.
Yeah. I mean, Deji's is a very calming presence. I mean, I spoke to him in the change room a few minutes ago, and yeah, he's a very calming presence. He obviously from around my area in London as well, so obviously I know his brother as well. So yeah, I mean, he's a very, very cool-headed guy and someone that you want around the training ground.
You've had the medical this morning. You've had a sample of training. What have you been told about training and what you're expecting?
It's more than a sample, really. I mean, the running, I did the first fitness running, and then after some more running, when I thought it was just going to be ball work. So I saw one ball and I was excited, and that was it. So I mean, I mean, just as you would expect, really. Just obviously be in an environment where there's people are working hard, people are grafting, and that's what you want. And at the end of the season, or throughout the season, you'll see that it pays off in terms of the output that we get in the season. So
absolutely,
looking forward to it.
Sorry, for any Burton Albion fans who sort of may not have seen you play, or may not have seen too much of you at least, could you describe yourself as a striker, how you like to play the game?
Yeah, I mean, over the years, it's I mean, if you asked me this a few years ago, I would have straight answers for you. But of course, now having played in different positions and stuff, is my game has of course changed in terms of being a bit more technical and trying to be a bit more smarter in my head in terms of my movements and where I position myself. But generally, quick, strong, powerful, and just ready to run through people.
That's brilliant. Love that. Well, Victor, welcome to Burton Albion. I'm sure fans look forward to seeing you.
Thank you very much.